Hi, it's Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 3 of them, ages 9, 12, and 16. Today I wanted to share what we're doing for our morning basket. Our morning basket is not like some people's morning baskets in that it's their like science and their family subjects. Our morning basket is what we do before our family subjects. So this year we are doing it slightly different than last year, which I did mention in a video previously. Out of breath, sorry. Okay, so we have a theme for every day. So it's Math Monday, Critical Thinking, try it again. Math Monday, Tuesday Tea Time, What I Want Wednesday, Critical Thinking Thursday, and Philosophy Fridays. So the way this fits in our schedule, I'll link our schedule below, but we do our homeschool announcements first, which again, I have something that mentions that. So we do homeschool announcements, and then we would do our morning basket. And then after our morning basket, I have any extra things that we want to do. Like sometimes, say, if a holiday's coming up and we have like a little fun puzzle or worksheet or activity to do for that holiday, then we would have that holiday thing. If not, then I will be reading a nonfiction read aloud, which would be just like a simple short book or a part from a book. Like I have lots of different books to choose from, but like a book about animal facts, maybe I'd read a couple animal facts, for example, if there's no special thing. And then I do our regular read aloud, because after that, before we do our regular read aloud, my oldest goes and does her own work. She doesn't join us for that. Not that I don't advocate reading aloud to your teen, she just has a heavy workload and doesn't really have time to listen. So in the morning basket itself, we have Math Monday. So I have a couple resources that I'm going to be using. I have this Mathamania book. This is a scholastic book by Raymond Blum, and I just got this for free, but it has mind-boggling, mastermind, easy money, different math tricks or funny puzzles, calculators, wizardry. It's like little fun things to try. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do, teach them something they could show somebody else. It's all to do with math, so that would be one thing we could possibly do. But I also have this math, this was an old one we used or whatever, file folder, that's the word I was looking for, or Teatime, that's it, Teatime. And it has math resources that I've printed off the computer. So this was, I've mentioned this briefly before, but I've added to it. It's raining math. Each of the raindrops on this page contains a number. Roll 2 dice, and where the 2 numbers either have the sum of or the difference of the 2 dice rolled, you color that raindrop blue. And the first person or they're trying together to get, or by themselves to get all colored blue. The game Buzz, math games. I got these basically anywhere that any website or blog that has free math games, or if I paid for something for math games and I print them off. It's a multiplication game. These are games you can play with dice. These are games from mathgeekmama.com with cards or bingo, tic-tac-toe. So to just explain how to play the game. So I can pull this out, and it's using things we have like dice and cards, and we can play any of these math games. Also, we don't have very many yet, but any math board games we can be used too. For example, we have I don't know how to say it, Adsamudi, short for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I will link it below in the comments on Amazon, not the comments, sorry, in the description to Amazon. So that's a fun game that helps them work on their math facts, and it can be played with different ages. So my grade 4 can do some more simple math, and my grade 11 can do more higher math. So that's a good game. Yahtzee would work too. So anyways, a math game, depending on how much time we have, we'll do something small. That's Math Monday. And then Tuesday Tea Time. All right, it used to be Poetry Tea Time, but we don't always do poetry. We will have some back to school poems for the first day of school, because that's a Tuesday. And I will share a link to the poems that I made via AI below, because I couldn't find very many back to school poems. So if you know of any, let me know. And so there's various things we do for tea time. Sometimes we share something that we've done, because we don't always work together. So my oldest one will share something she's learning in her class, and the younger ones will share something that they had made or did in their lessons. cats scratching on stuff. Or we will read poems, or sometimes I've had them pick poems and bring them to Poetry Tea Time. We do have poem books to flip through, although we find that they're not really the greatest. So if you have a good poem book suggestion, please leave in the comments, because I'm looking for a poem book that isn't just boring. Like, I love the Shel Silverstein poems, but we need something different. So if you have something different in mind, let me know. I need to stop saying sorry. I also have print off, I forgot to say, for Math Monday, I print off some math puzzles that are like a one-time use thing, so they don't go in the Teatime, but they're things we can work on. So I have those as well. Alright, so I did Monday, I did Tuesday. You have trouble saying all the time? Let me know if it's just me. Almost said it again. Wednesday. What I want Wednesday is we're working on passion projects. I learned about this from Townsend House YouTube channel. I'll link her below again, but I've linked her a few times so you can get to know what a passion project is, and we just do it our own way. We're trying it this year, so we'll see what it is. But basically, they're choosing a topic that they want to learn about that isn't already covered in our thing. Like, for example, my eldest daughter she wants to do astronomy. She took astronomy last year. She doesn't have time in her schedule to take astronomy again, and I don't really have anything higher level for her. But she wants to still pursue things. So during her time, she may research things online. She may find a free astronomy course that she wants to watch or read. And then she may use what she's learned to make a PowerPoint to show me what she's learned. Or she might, write a paper. Or my son is probably going to work on coding, because that's just the only thing that he cares about. So he can work on coding, but he has to show us, every so often what he's done. Show us that he's, maybe look up a book or a website and learn more about coding sometimes, not just work on it. My youngest daughter doesn't know what she's doing yet, but I would assume it has something to do with animals, but we'll see. So that's what I want Wednesday. So it's just about a half an hour. Our morning basket's about a half an hour. So a half an hour of working on a passion project, and my oldest will have another half an hour on Fridays, yes, during one of her classes. We're omitting a class for that level, and she's doing passion project stuff. Alright, Critical Thinking Thursday. I have multiple options that we're going to alternate. I made a loop schedule. I don't have it printed and shown yet, so I can't show it to you. It's on the computer. I don't have a color printer, so I'm sending it to someone else to print for me. But basically, it's going to say what resource we're using for critical thinking. So the biggest one we have is the Building Thinking Skills from the Critical Thinking Company. And this is level 2 for grades 4 to 6. It is a very thick book, and we did get this for review, and so far, although we haven't actually tried any of them, I'm loving it. It has lots of different types of full color puzzles and critical thinking things to do. And so it's like higher ordering, like similarities and differences, sequences, classifications, analogies, antonyms and synonyms, spatial awareness, logical thinking, vocabulary, following and writing directions, descriptive writing, geometry concepts, map reading, graphic organizers, and much more. So these are perforated, so I can just rip them out and be like, hey, you do this page, you do this page, you do that page, and maybe save the pages so that they can do the other side the next time, or if there's time, they can do both sides, and I can find something simpler for my younger ones and something a little more complicated for the older ones. So that's one option. The other option is this Awesome Activities Brain Teasers that I got for free. It's from, I don't know if they still produce it, but it's called Bendon Publishing International, BENDON pub.com. It's basically just a tear-off activity sheet with brain teasers. So again, I can just pull them off, and it has the answers on the back. So I'll pull off one of these, at least until we run out of them anyway. There's what the other ones look like. I also have this Young Genius Book of Brain Teasers. So this would be one that, I would say it out loud, or they might copy parts of it down and they can look in the book. I'm not sure how exactly we'll use it or work on it all together. Like this one's analogies, this one's synonyms, broken word diagrams, number sequences, different stuff. So that'll be one day as well. Another day we will do these brain teasers that I purchased from the Teacher Next Door. Great teacher website with lots of cool things. I got them off Teachers Pay Teachers, Brain Teasers. So there's a whole bunch of this is number 13, and they say things like, you know, you can see there, these picture which one matches 2 truths and a lie for a famous person, which 2 don't belong. Number 1 at the bottom, there's also a, you know, would you rather for fun. And they're not all exactly the same. They all have 2 truths and a lie, and they all have this picture thing and the which doesn't belong, but some of the other ones change up. So I have copies of the next couple of those in my little folder here for Morning Basket, and we'll use that. And then the other day, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so the 5th day we will use, I don't have anything to show you because I have it on my computer, but I will link it below. It's every letter of the alphabet, and it has 4 things to think about for each letter. Sorry. Okay, I had to find them. They're called Creative Thinking A to Z Task Cards, from Teaching with a Mountain View, another one that I love. And so I got it off Teachers Pay Teachers. And so it says like creative thinking A to Z. So for A, they need to give an alternate use for an apple, 5 nouns that start with the letter A, 10 foods that start with the letter A, and 5 words that end with the letter A, for example. Or for L, an alternate use for a ladder, for lies that are so lame nobody would believe you, a list of 11 things that have a label, subject lines of 5 silly letters or emails you might send to your friends. So it all has something that has to do with that letter. So I have that saved so I don't have to print it because it's all color. So I'll link that below too. And we use those. Those are the 5. So even though that's 5 and there's 5 days, because of holidays, sometimes we won't do one. So instead of skipping it, we're just going to use the little thing where I can pin, you know, this is the one we're on. So I know, or sorry, there's 5 days and we only do critical thinking once a week. So we would do not even them once a month because there's 5 of them and there's 4 weeks generally of a month. And so Philosophy Fridays, we're using Philosophy for Kids, which I got for review. And again, we haven't started it yet, but I'm loving the look of it. Taylor and Francis Group, David A. White, PhD, 40 fun questions that help you wonder about everything. And so each day is marked for the first day. Each day it has, oh, that's just the introductory, hold on. A question. As a question, you read about it, you ask the question, and you talk about it and discuss it. And there's for further thought if you wanted to add to it. So the first day's question, for example, is, are you a fair and just person? But there's other ones like, are you certain that the law of gravity is really a law? Can computers think? Are numbers and people equally real? Are impossible things ever possible? Why is because such an important word? So there's lots of things in here to use. So those are what we're going to be using for our morning basket this year. If you've used any of them, let me know. If you like any of them and you think you might want to use them, let me know. I hope that I give you some resources that would be helpful, both free and paid. None of them are really expensive. And the most expensive one is either the Critical Thinking or the Philosophy, just because they're a solid book. Yeah, that's how our morning basket is going to go. All right, that's it for today. Thanks. Bye.